Hi, welcome in. If you've picked pile number 1, this is the Lapiz Lazuli. Remember, take what resonates here. These are timeless readings. I've done pile 2 and pile 3 already. Yes, I like to work backwards. But if you're drawn to any of the other piles, don't forget to just pick whatever you've been drawn to. Okay, welcome in to my beautiful pile number 1. What is the person on your mind? What have they realized about you and the connection? Remember, take what resonates, leave the rest behind. These are timeless readings, and thank you so much for being here today. We'll go in deeper with some oracle cards, and we'll go in with these and we'll see what the messages and guidance are here today and the advice Spirit has for you. Again, thank you so much. Anyone stopping by, anyone new, welcome in. Thank you so much for joining me here today. Old subscribers and new subscribers, thank you so much. Again, thank you so much. My name is Sia. Welcome into my channel, Sia Light Intuitive Guidance. And let's go. The person on your mind. Oh, pile number 1. What has the person on your mind realized? The Tower, which is actually reversed. These are all the right way up. I'll take 5 cards first. Let's see, what is their energy towards you? They've had a sudden realization, but it's not fully awoken. The person is in limbo here, Ace of Cups. They have realized that they are in love with you and they love you. But this is also about unconditional love. They feel like they're head over heels here. Remember, take what resonates and leave the rest behind. And these are timeless readings. Right, person on your mind, what have they realized? Let's take a few more here. Let's go in a bit deeper. 2 of Wands. Okay. Let's go in a bit more. I am open to private readings, and if you are interested, my email is at the bottom. 2 of Pentacles. Okay, there's a lot of balancing going on here. There seems to be a lot of balancing. Let's see. Person on pile number 1. Pile number 1. What do you need to know? Ooh! The Hermit. You could be dealing with a Virgo, and this might be a no contact situation. Doesn't have to be, but that card flew out. Right, let's take 4, pile number 1. I'll go in a bit deeper with these and we'll get some oracle. What's going on here? What do you need to know here today? Scorpio. Could be a Scorpio, doesn't have to be. And the 6 of Cups. There is a nostalgic feeling here today. And the 3 of Wands. Someone's waiting on someone here. It could be you. It could be the person on your mind. Now, what I strongly get here is someone here is feeling like they can't move forward. The Tower reversed. Just want to get one more on this Tower reversed here. That's too many cards. 9 of Pentacles. Page of Cups, 9 of Cups, 7 of Pentacles. Wow. So the person on your mind, 6, the Lovers. It's a romantic offer here. The person, what have they realized here? They have realized that they're acting single. Remember, it doesn't have to be. But they want to offer love, but they're coming up as a Page of Cups. You make them very happy. They're in a good energy in the way you make them feel, and they're willing to invest here. So the thing is, this person does want to come towards you. However, they need to wake up a little bit. They're acting a little bit immature with their emotional immaturity a little bit here. And they always want to get their way, but you make them very happy. It's about you. The interest towards you is very much in investing. They want to invest. And the person on your mind, this could be a reconciliation here, pile number 1, because their energy towards you is Ace of Cups. If you are in no contact, you may hear from them. And this is also about the devoted love and affection they have towards you. Now this is telling me what they've realized about themselves is that they have to make a choice, because they've realized that they are more goal orientated, and they're transforming some kind of fear that they had and wanting to explore and travel. And what they've realized is that they also want to explore this relationship further. Now, Two of Pentacles, how do they process things? They are finding it extremely difficult to process things because everything is up in the air. Their mental capacity, the way they think about this relationship, look what's at the bottom of the deck, Five of Pentacles. You make them happy, but they feel like the way they think about how to come forward towards this relationship is very much up in the air. Someone is acting quite immature here, and the way they think is that they don't know. They're feeling a little bit abandoned here. They feel like everything is hard to balance, their head and the heart and their emotions, because I think they might be and have always been kind of a bachelor with this immature energy, and they feel like they may get left out in the cold here. But the Death card in reverse, remember, take what resonates and leave the rest behind. The person on your mind here, pile number 1, the way they show love is always a push and pull. They come in and then they ghost you. They come in and then they want to be with you. 1 minute it's just they are all over the place here. So how are they viewing this? So, ooh, that's too many. And the Moon. They fear too much emotions here with the Moon card reversed. That the fear here, the thing here is how the person on your mind, pile number 1, their heart space, they feel like they can't move forward because they're always feeling a little bit unclear about their emotions here. However, they're breaking away. They've been lying to themselves all this time about how they should put the effort and work into this relationship, because it's always been about being shown off and you putting, remember, take what resonates. It could be that the message is that you've been treated this way, or vice versa. But the person on your mind has realized the way they come up is more with an art of manipulation when it comes to their emotion. They always want to be winning. They always want to come up as the person that's winning and recognized. And the way they offer and show love is through the person that's watching, the viewer, is that you bringing in all that effort so that they can allow their heart space to be recognized. But they're lying to themselves, because they've realized that they need to come through with clarity in their heart space towards you to be able to win a victory with you. If you are in no contact, they need to come towards you and put the effort in without lying or any deceit, and be truthful about how they feel. Remember, take what resonates and leave the rest behind. The 6 here is a soulmate connection. The possible action is that they may come in towards you. The 6 of Cups, nostalgic memories and returning. So if you are in no contact, this person wants to come back towards you, and they are coming with determination. However, they've lied possibly, and you'd be aware of this. For my viewer, what do you need to know about this person, their heart space? I want to know a bit more here. You make them, wow, the World and the Sun. Now, the World and the Sun, and this is about the 4 of Cups reversed. They have to take a new stance on this connection. The person has realized that they can't just walk away whenever they feel like they're bored. And if they do get bored easily, it's time to make changes. And what they've realized is that you, in their heart space, make them feel like complete. You make them feel whole. And they feel like you bring them so much joy, innocence, love and connection, deep, profound warmth. That's how they feel in their heart space. This is such a beautiful reading. Will they be coming through here with the 6? Because they're missing you, but you can't see them coming through completely here. I'd like to see from this deck here, for my beautiful pile number 1, what do you need to know in regards to the person on your mind? What have they realized here? They've realized you complete them and that you brought so much warmth. Again, it's about balance and creating balance. The person has realized that they have not created balance. They may have been working multiple jobs here, and they've realized that they have to come towards you. This could be someone from the workplace. It doesn't have to be, but they need to be wise. To be able to create successful, powerful relationship, they need to show up and stop acting immature. Moon at the bottom. Yes, secrets or anything like that. They may have a mother figure, or someone that is a mother figure and have mother wounds from childhood here. And they want to create success. They want to be successful. They want to have a committed relationship, but they just do not know how to conquer this imbalance that they're feeling. It's about how they've realized they need to make improvements and come and break away from their fears. And this will allow them to be stronger. And the message for you here today is to realize that you're breaking away from illusions and you know what you deserve, and you should be able to move forward in a positive light. If you're waiting for this person, don't wait for anybody. Because at the end of the day, you are your own self here. Everything works out in the perfect timing. I'm going to go in with this deck and let's see what has the person on your mind, pile number 1, realized. Listen to their heart. And they may have left because they felt like they weren't good enough. And they weren't showing up the way they should have. I just dream and wish. So they are the 7 of Cups. They do think about you. A lot about the past memories that you both hold. If you are in no contact, you know, they wonder if you still care about them. And I'm sorry at the bottom of the deck. They are feeling guilt and remorse. Someone may have abandoned someone here, and they do, words do hurt. This may be a no contact. If you are in a no contact, they have realized that they need to put the effort in and they need to come forward, and they've self-sabotaged here. And they actually do care. They have this lack of self-confidence, and it's all rooted from the mother figure and the fear that's really profound here today. Let's see, for my pile number 1, what is the advice here? What else is going on? Remember, take what resonates, and if you have enjoyed it, don't forget to hit a like. It really helps my channel. Thank you so much. Interesting. I'll get one more. Stress. This could be a runner, chaser, twin flame. Pile 3 was a twin flame journey as well. Now, this is telling me that the pile 3 is coming through very strongly here. There is a delay in this connection, and you feel like there has been a lot of stress and turbulence here that has created something. What is this? You may feel like the negative thoughts, whether you're experiencing it or the person, they're feeling like they've run out of time because they got distracted. And you're healing this now. You are actually healing this. Right. Let's get you spirit advice. What are the messages and guidance for you here today for my pile number 1? Remember, take what resonates and leave the rest behind. Now, this is telling me that the person on your mind or yourself has had quite severe arguments here, and they're feeling like time is running out here for them because of this disappointment. The advice here: be clear about where you are putting your focus right now. Focus on your desired outcome. You have everything within to create the life of your dreams. Stop doubting yourself for once. This is your time. We've got you. So universe has your back, and this is a reminder that they want you to remember, do not give up on your own dreams and where you want to get to in life. The more you put focus back onto yourself, the more this situation with pile number 1, this person on your mind, the more you put focus back on yourself, the more you raise your vibration. I would like to get a moonology here for pile number 1. Remember, take what resonates and leave the rest behind. These are timeless readings. I've really enjoyed doing this reading. Let's see. New moon in Aries. Ignite your passions and fearlessly embrace new beginnings. This is telling me there are new beginnings on the horizon for you. Do not be faltered, or this is just spirit confirming whatever your wishes and dreams are. This is the time to focus back on yourself. This is knowing and understanding that you've done some inner work. But this is you breaking away from the moon. Now, the Neptune has been in Pisces, and it's all about breaking away from illusions now. And you're recognizing your own self-worth. Now, the new moon in Aries, this is telling me that Neptune obviously... I'm getting tongue twisted now. So Saturn was in Pisces, and from Pisces it's moved out of there, and then Saturn goes into Aries. Now this is telling me this is about you moving forward and pushing yourself and going and following your dreams and your passion and focusing back on yourself. There are new beginnings on the horizon, and you can feel this change already. Thank you so much, and take care now. Bye. Hi, welcome in, my beautiful souls. This will be pile number 2. Remember, take what resonates, leave the rest behind. There are the other piles that if you were drawn to, you can flick through and come back to those ones. Again, thank you so much for joining me. And remember, take what resonates and leave the rest behind. For my beautiful pile number 2, who have picked this pile, what has the person on your mind realized about you and this connection? You could be no contact, you could be in contact, it could be a soulmate, it could be a twin flame. Pile 3, if you were drawn to it, was more of a twin flame journey. But remember, take what resonates and leave the rest behind. Again, thank you so much for joining me. My name is Sia. Welcome into my channel, Sia Light Intuitive Guidance. Thank you so much for stopping by. Don't forget to hit a like, share and subscribe. It really helps my channel. And thank you so much for anyone stopping by. Welcome into my old subscribers, new subscribers, and anyone that's stopped by here today. Right, for pile number 2, what are the messages? We have the Hermit, 9 of Swords, Knave of Chalices, 2 of Spades, Queen of Pentacles. Remember, take what resonates, leave the rest behind. You could be a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. I'm not sure why that came through. Queen of Pentacles. This could be you or the person on your mind. That might be Earth sign. Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. Making a decision. You might be no contact because the Hermit's here and someone's suffering or not in such a good place. This feels like a romantic offer that was offered, and someone's losing a lot of sleep over this. But let's go back in and we'll take cards. Okay, remember, take what resonates, leave the rest behind. And remember, if you've enjoyed it, don't forget to hit a like. Okay, pile number 2. Person on your mind. What have they realized about you? What have they realized about you? And the connection. What do you need to know here today? Thank you. First card out. 8 of Swords. Let's go in and see what's their energy. Okay, so they do feel like, I'm just going to stop here for a minute, 8 of Swords and 6 of Pentacles. So the person is generally feeling like they're feeling, as you can see, there's a man here. It doesn't have to be a man, but the person on your mind feels like they're trapped and they don't know how to see the right way out. But this is also about anxiety, fear. This is the 6, but it's reversed. So this is the person, you might be in no contact here today. Remember, take what resonates, leave the rest behind. But it feels like it's a no contact situation. This person here, 4 of Pentacles reversed. This is telling me here, the person on your mind Ten of Swords, Ten of Pentacles. Interesting. This seems like it's a no contact. Remember, there are another 2 piles that you can have a look at. So this is for pile number 2 with the Amethyst. Now, what I feel, this is a no contact. It doesn't have to be, but this is telling me that the person on your mind feels like they don't know how to offer you anything because they feel stuck mentally, imprisoned by the way they're thinking. Let's get another 2. It could be quite materialistic here. I'd like to get another 3 actually, or 2. Let's see, for my beautiful pile number 2 viewers that I've stopped by here today, person on your mind, pile number 2. What do you need to know? What have they realized? How does the person on your mind process this connection? What are they thinking? They are thinking of reconciliation here. I did see this card earlier. This is the Devil, but this is reversed. At the bottom of the deck, we have Knave of Chalices. There seems to be a romantic offer. If you are in no contact, this person would like to come towards you to reconcile here with the 3 of Cups. With the 8 of Swords here, we see that the person on your mind, the energy in general, and the energy towards you is feeling like they do not have enough to offer you. They're not feeling too good about themselves. They feel like it's about equal give and take, and they have also recognized that they have possibly breadcrumbed you. Breadcrumbing meaning that they haven't given enough into this connection, and they are feeling as though mentally there's a high level of anxiety because of feeling like they've not been able to give to this situation. Remember, it could be vice versa. It could be that you feel like this person has made you feel anxious and you've lost a lot of sleep over this person, and you feel like they haven't come through for you today. Now, what I also get here is what they've realized about themselves is that they're quite selfish. They're quite greedy for attention. Remember, take what resonates and you can flip it as well. So it could be, if you're resonating with it, you know, take it like that. And if it's not, it's just the person on your mind has realized that they've been quite greedy with their selfish needs and not been very much grounded. They want security and stability, but they haven't been offering this for themselves, let alone towards you. And they feel like they are suffering from a little bit of low self-esteem here. Remember, take what resonates, leave the rest behind. And this card here, 3 of Cups. Now, how they're processing this is that they do want to reconcile. Not only they see a deep, profound 2 of Cups connection, but this is a 3 of Cups connection. They may have put you in a third party. Remember, you'd be aware of that. If you do, then you would already know. It doesn't have to be, but it feels like they want to reconcile. They want to come towards you. They are feeling mentally that they may have, it could have been a friends with benefits situation where they want the cake and eat it all. Now, this card here is what is it in their heart they're trying to, from their heart, their energy in their heart space is actually that they want to break away from toxic cycles. They're recognizing and realizing that the offer of love that was here on the table, whatever the connection may be, was that one of no deception. It was a healthy connection, and they want to be able to reciprocate that healthy connection. They may have also realized here that within their heart space you made them feel like the bond was strong enough, but they're breaking away from toxic cycles. They need to learn to follow their heart here. Now, what's the action here? Possible action towards you based on their current energy is actually to come in with a nice romantic offer, a love offer here. Now, this seems like a beautiful reading here. At the bottom of the deck, we have Knave of Swords. They feel like they don't know how to take a risk here. Their mind is telling them, how do I take a risk? How do I come forward and take a risk? Ooh, for my beautiful pile number 2, I think you will be hearing from them in a fast way. They may have already reached out, or they're on their way towards you because they're about to take action towards you. They want to. I want to know why they're feeling this here. Why is their energy like this here today? With the 8 of Swords, for my collective, who picked pile number 2, person on your mind. Why are they feeling trapped with limited thoughts and feeling as though they're quite anxious here? Queen of Chalices. The Queen of Chalices, they have a profound amount of love, compassion and kindness, and they view you as this person that embodies this, and they want to be more compassionate, sensitive, kind and loving. I'd like to understand why they feel here, what they've realized about the connection, where it's been breadcrumbed. Remember, take what resonates and leave the rest behind. 6 of Pentacles. They've realized they want to... this is quite profound. The Hermit reverse. They don't feel good enough to come towards you, and this is quite a confusing reading, I think, here, because 1 minute they're quite anxious. They recognize you with someone who has deep compassion, kindness and love and sensitivity to offer here. However, what they've realized about themselves is that they're quite stubborn, and in this connection there was an equal give and take, and for this person to do and give you equal give and take, it means they have to come out of this isolation and reflection. They are quite reflective here. Right, 4 of Pentacles reversed here. What have they realized about themselves? That they want to win at all costs here. They want to win at all costs, but they're quite slow moving towards it. I'm not sure why they're acting this way and why they feel this way, but when it's Knight of Pentacles here with the 6 of Wands, they want to be victorious. They want to be recognized. They want to win at all costs here. They've recognized the only way they can come towards you is with confidence. But it is a slow, steady progress here. Yeah, they want to be able to manifest you back in. One of you are manifesting each other back in. They are manifesting you, and you are possibly manifesting them. They are in power here. They just need to believe in themselves here. Right, what else should we, would my pile number 2, what is the advice here for you? Before I go in with the advice, let's go in with the Hermit deck here. Let's see. Let's get some more messages and guidance here for pile number 2. I'll go in with some more Oracle. What have they realized here? What's going on with them? The person on your mind. Pile number 2, pile number 2. Sorry if I said pile number 3. Pile number 2. I think we should see other people. Love is the answer. So they're very confused because they feel quite unstable here. I hope you'll wait for me. So if this is a third-party situation, you would be aware of it. Maybe you are the person that is seeing someone else. Remember, take what resonates, leave the rest behind. But they do understand love is the answer. Let me hold you. They're missing you very much. They want to be able to come towards you. They do miss you. They miss the intimacy here. You make my heart full. This is the 10 of Cups. And I know you from somewhere. So this is a soulmate connection. And they have a lot of jealousy. Now, the reason why I think the 8 of Swords is here for the person on your mind. Remember, take what resonates and leave the rest behind. If you've enjoyed it, don't forget to hit a like, share and subscribe. It really helps my channel. Right, what I see with the 8 of Swords, they're very anxious. They have they're self-sabotaging here because they haven't element of jealousy here, which may have sabotaged this, but their higher self knows. What they've realized is that you make them happy, and that this is a soulmate connection. Now, if this is what's going on, I'd like to get the T on the person on your mind here. What's the T on the person on your mind? What have they realized about this connection? But I'd like to see what's going on with them here. What's the T on the person on your mind here? They may have cheated. Remember, take what resonates, leave the rest behind. It could be that they are in a relationship and you're in a situationship here. And you would already be aware of this. There is a lot of physical attraction towards you, and there is something they cannot explain, and they're trying to listen to their own intuition here. And that is what they've realized, that no matter where they go, wherever they would like to go and see other people, it's not making them feel whole. What's making them feel whole is when they hope they'll wait for you. Now, remember, take what resonates, leave the rest behind, but nobody should be waiting for anybody. It's your life, and it's time for you to move forward. Now, let's see, what is the possible action towards you here? Person on your mind, possible action towards you. They feel not good enough. They have their guards up. And it takes them a lot of strength and courage to come towards you. They've had a sudden realization, that's at the bottom of the deck. A sudden realization that they don't know. They feel like they're not good enough for you. But it's about self-love here. And a reminder here for you is to remember the strength and grace and kindness that you have here. That is what's more important. Their action towards you is guarded. So I think this is because they need to create balance in their life here. Why is this person feeling like this? Pile number 2, the person on your mind. Possible action towards you based on this reading. Courage and strength. This is just echoing courage and strength. They feel like, and the King of Pentacles, it's about security and stability and creating a committed relationship here. Now, this is the fear that they have. That's what it is. They have a fear of commitment, and they don't know how to move forward or come towards you in the capacity of giving a committed relationship. Remember, take what resonates and leave the rest behind. And if you've enjoyed it, thank you so much. Don't forget to hit a like. Okay, let's have a look. Advice from Spirit for pile number 2. What do you need to know here today? What is the advice for you here today? What do you need to know here today for my beautiful pile number 2? That's too many. Let's go in one more time for this one here. Make sure you don't start seeing yourself through the eyes of those who don't value you. This comes back to the breadcrumbing. You need to know your self-worth, and even with others, and when they don't see your self-worth, you are not what people think you are. Now, this is telling me it's about self-worth issues here, and Spirit wants you to remember, oh, there's a card that's going flying, that it's time for you to focus back on your own self-worth, understanding that you do not need to be breadcrumbed. It's time to move forward, and if the person on your mind wants to come towards you, they can. However, they have too much childhood trauma here embedded, and this is just not going to be helpful. I want you to think for yourself. You are important here today, pile number 2, and this is saying, this is a reminder to take things, not to take things too seriously, and bring more balance between wisdom and playfulness. You might need to lighten up about a matter that has been on your mind for a while. Now, this is about your head and your heart. This is about you remembering who you are and your own self-worth. And it's time, with this courage and strength, to move forward and forgive yourself. Because this is about self-confidence. I didn't even see that there. Self-confidence and forgiveness. Self-awareness is key here. Now, this is confidence written all over. This is about you recognizing your own self-worth and your own courage and strength that you already have. And I'm getting so strongly that Spirit wants you to take time today to go within and spend time with your own soul. I want you to go into nature and ground yourself. Listen to your favorite music. Whatever you enjoy most, do that today. Remember, take what resonates and leave the rest behind. And thank you so much for being here with me. Take care now. Hi, welcome in, my beautiful souls. Thank you for joining me here. My name is Sia. If you've picked pile number 3, thank you for joining me here. Remember, take what resonates and leave the rest behind. Right, today, what has the person on your mind realized? Let's see, what are the messages and guidance? I will be going in with some oracle. I've got plenty of oracles. But let's see, what has the person on your mind? What have they realized about you and the connection? This could be no contact. It could be that you are in contact. We'll take a deeper dive and see what are the messages and guidance for the highest good of all. Welcome in. Thank you so much for joining me here today. My name is Sia. Welcome to my channel, Sia Light Intuitive Guidance. And if you've enjoyed this pick a pile reading, and if you want more like this, don't forget to hit a like and a comment below. It really does help my channel. Oh, that's too many, but let's go in. 4 of Wands, beautiful. These are the ones that went flying. Let's just take a deeper dive. We have 7 of Wands, 5 of Wands, King of Swords. You might be dealing with an air sign, or an Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. Just going to have a quick look at these cards before we take a deeper dive. King of Cups. You could be dealing with 2 people here. Remember, take what resonates, leave the rest behind. You could be the Divine Feminine here. You don't have to be, but this is the person on your mind embodying the energy of the King of Swords and King of Cups. This could be a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, or an air sign, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. It doesn't have to be, but remember, take what resonates, leave the rest behind. It's about looking at things in a different way. There's been a bit of in and out indecision here. With the Ace of Pentacles, a false start. You recognizing and healing this relationship. This is beautiful. Right, we'll keep these ones out and we'll take a deeper dive. We'll take 6 cards first and we'll take a deeper dive. Let's have a look. What is their energy? What has the person realized, the person on your mind? What have they realized about this connection? What have they realized about themselves? How does the person on your mind actually process this connection mentally? We'll see what's their love, what their heart chakra or heart space is feeling here in regards to you. We'll take a deeper dive and take a look at possible actions towards you based on their current energy. King of Coins, King of Wands. Wow, so we're going to take this. This could, and we have the Judgment. Right. What has the person on your mind, the person that you're thinking of, what have they realized? And the Sun. This is beautiful. 3 of Cups. Could be a third party situation. It doesn't have to be. But with the Sun and Judgment, the person on your mind has grown. What have they realized? That the person on your mind has this revitalized new energy. They could be a Leo. They don't have to be. But they're also here judging themselves. And they're judging themselves based on this connection quite harshly. They may have resurfaced from the past. And there's this beautiful childlike innocence here. And their energy towards you is processing how to move forward in this connection. They feel you bring them so much vibrancy in this connection. A childlike feeling. And it's like a love that's quite innocent. What have they realized? They have realized that they've been holding back here. They've been holding back and keeping things on guard. They've not brought their guards down. I feel like they've been quite defensive towards this situation and towards this connection. And what they've realized is maybe they could have looked at things in a different light and allowed their guards to come down so that they could come forward with this beautiful sun energy here, because this sun energy is beautiful. This sun energy is beautiful here. What have they realized about themselves? That they may have put you in a competition, that they may have been quite competitive in this relationship. They may have felt like, what's coming through quite profoundly here is, what have they realized about themselves? That they not only had their guards up in the connection, but what they've realized about themselves is the only way moving forward is releasing this self-sabotaging barriers that they have created. They've self-imposed some quite challenging behaviors here about themselves, and they've judged themselves quite harshly, or they may have felt like they've judged you quite harshly in this situation where they didn't have to. They've realized that you were someone here that brought them vibrancy, joy, happiness, completeness. Now, with these two cards here, how do they process this connection mentally is quite funny, because this is King of Swords, King of Cups, King of Coins, and King of Wands. You might be dealing with a twin flame situation, and you might be the divine feminine, or the energy that's coming through here is a divine masculine energy. Doesn't have to be, but the energy. Now, all four kings have come out. Now, this is telling me that the divine masculine is possibly quite... this feels like a twin flame reading, because all four cards have come out without the Emperor. Now, if you are on a twin flame journey, there seems to be quite high judgment on themselves, and they've been projecting quite a lot. King of Swords tells me that the person on your mind, what have they realized? And how they process this connection is very much through the mind, in a logical, analytical sense. They tend to dissect things, and it's more without the empathy coming through. This is more of a harsh communication, which is verbal, and it's in the mental capacity. But can you see, it's quite sad. So at the moment, the energy that they're in currently, how they're processing it is through logic. Now, what we have here is the King of Cups. Now, this is beautiful. This has come out in the position of what the person on your mind, what your love's current heart space energy is. They love you. They deeply, profoundly love you, because the King of Cups embodies this beautiful energy of love, compassion, and kindness. However, they do hold back. Now, the person on your mind, how they process this connection and the love that they feel is deep, quite profoundly deep, and they are open to learning new things about themselves with an open heart, which has happened, and they feel quite strongly. The emotions are quite turbulent here in their heart space. Now, with the King of Coins and King of Wands, the person on your mind has realized that they've judged themselves quite harshly. However, they want to be secure, stable, have that pragmatic energy that comes towards you without a fight, but fighting for you in the correct way. This is King of Coins. It could be that you're dealing, it could be any star signs here. Could be air signs, water signs, fire signs, earth signs. They've realized that you've brought a lot of joy into their life, and they've judged this connection, or you may have judged them quite harshly, and they've got their guards up. See, at the bottom of the deck, we've got Three of Cups. It could have been that there is a karmic getting in the way. But they've released a limited, or you have released a limited thought process here. Now what I'd like to do is, the possible action is that they want to come forward here with the King of Coins and King of Wands with a more secure, stable, committed, grounded energy here. Remember, take what resonates and leave the rest behind. And they want to show you off. They have this newfound passion and drive that wants to push forward. You may have been dealing with a Scorpio. It doesn't have to be, but there's a choice. This card here tells me there's a choice that the person on your mind has realized they have had to make. I'd like to see, what have they realized about this connection? I would like to go in with some oracle. Actually, before I go in with some oracle, I'd like to, oops, sorry about that. Let's see, for my pile 3, what are the messages and guidance here today for you? What is the possible actions towards you based on the current energies here? But there is something, I want to have a look at this. Before we even look at the possible energies, I'd like to see what have they actually realized about this connection. And the way they're processing it is quite detached here. So the person on your mind, for my beautiful collective that have stopped by, pile number 3, the person on your mind, what have they realized? The Chariot. A sudden realization has happened here. And they have a lot of pride. With the Chariot card, they have realized that they are determined to move forward. They want to move towards self-control. And they might be in... what's happening at the moment is, what they've realized is, to come forward, they have to be able to advance that. They have to acknowledge how far this connection has come. But they might be focused more on work, finances. But it's time to move forward. The 8 here tells me that this person has been working really hard to recognize and perfect themselves. But this is about you. You've put in a lot of work here. They may need more training. If this is twin flame as I picked up, it doesn't have to be. They are trying to learn and move forward on their spiritual journey. The divine masculine, you've taught them quite a lot here. You've taught them quite a lot in this relationship. And they're trying to process how to move forward. Now, this is a sudden wake-up call. They may have, you or your person, the person on your mind, may have had a wake-up call here. Someone's had an awakening here. It's a sudden realization of breaking free and embracing opportunities that brings change in. Now, I want to see what's the possible action that this person might take, because it seems like they're trying to break out of a cycle here. What possible action will the person on your mind, for pile 3, what possible action could they take based on these current energies here today for the highest good of all? Let's see. I will go in with oracle cards. A risk. They are willing to come towards you, but they're feeling heavily burdened. And the reason why they're feeling heavily burdened is because you may have been in a no contact, divorce, separated. There was another female energy, divine empress. If you are the divine empress, you may have been in a low vibrational energy where you didn't love yourself, or you're recognizing self-love. And by doing so, you've actually also recognized, you don't have to be, but it's the energy of the feminine energy. You've recognized that at that time when you were providing or being there and keeping them happy, that you were losing yourself. And you're recovering from this burden and overcoming something here. It feels like it could have been something physical, a physical restraint. I'd like to get a few cards from this deck here. What has the person on your mind realized? Thank you. Remember, take what resonates and leave the rest behind. I am absolutely in love with you. This is beautiful. I'm open to compromise. You may have been going through a turbulent time. They're feeling like a fool at the moment if they try to come towards you. They have a little bit of self-worth issues here. Seek professional advice. This is telling me they have been asking people about what to do in this situation so that they can move forward towards you. Oops, that's too many. You are very special. Now, they recognize how special that you are to them. Remember, take what resonates and leave the rest behind. They love you very deeply. That's the King of Cups coming through. He or she, the person on your mind, might be going through therapy or also going through seeking advice because they've had some form of mental breakdown. Remember, take what resonates and leave the rest behind. They feel like they're on guard here. Now, this is telling me, again, the Fool card has come out. They're willing to come towards you and take a risk towards you. This is beautiful, but they are doubting themselves quite profoundly here. What's been going on with them in a deeper sense? Let's go see what's the tea on them. Let's go in with what's the tea on the person on your mind. Because this seems to be a profound reading, which is quite positive. So, for my beautiful pile 3, remember, take what resonates, leave the rest behind. And if you've enjoyed it, don't forget to hit a like and a comment. It really does help my channel. Let's get one more. Pile 3. There is a lot of high sexual attraction. They could be quite flashy, quite boastful. So they're making a lot of money. Someone here is making a... Ooh, that's too many, Spirit. Someone here is making quite a lot of money. But they're in cloud 9 and it's been a roller coaster of a journey here. And what's this one? Receipts. So someone may have got caught here doing something and there's evidence of being charged. So someone might be... and they've had a sudden realization of feeling inspired to come towards you. Look, if this is a... Oops! I'm so sorry. If this is a third party... Sorry about that. If this is a third party situation, someone possibly is in a karmic relationship and someone's pregnant. But they've had a realization that it's not... They could have gone into a third party situation. It doesn't have to be. Remember, take what resonates and leave the rest behind. But they've realized that they've made a mistake because they were very much deeply in love with you. And remember, it could be just for one person here. It could be for the collective. Someone may have got caught with a third party situation. Or it could be that you're pregnant and they've been found guilty. Remember, you would know if they have and if there was a third party and the vibes. So sensing something unexplainable, feeling, listening to intuition. This is you learning to listen to your intuition to allow you to make the right choice. It seems like this was a highly sexual energy. Oops, sorry about that. The camera fell, and I'm hoping you saw the cards that were pulled out. So these were the cards that were pulled out. It could be that, remember, take what resonates, leave the rest behind. Now, if you were in a third party situation, you would be aware. It could be that I do another reading in regards to this pile here. But the person on your mind has realized that they feel guilty for doing something, spending a lot of money, splashing out. They could be in prison or they could be not around. But if they are in a prison, it's their mind that's keeping them away. Right, let's see. Let's get you a message. What does the collective, what is the advice? They feel quite foolish to come towards you. So, for my beautiful collective who have selected pile 3, what is the advice from Spirit here for you today? To find peace, equilibrium of your heart and mind. In the vast canvas of the universe, you're a masterpiece. Embrace the cosmic dance of life, knowing that you are an integral part of the grand design. So this is telling me the universe wants you to know that you can co-create whatever you want here. It's about you creating balance in the divine feminine energy. It doesn't matter whether you're the masculine or not. It's just the energy I'm picking up. You could be dealing with a Libra. By the new moon in Libra, there could have, something may have happened during that period, but this is you finding inner balance and peace. And the universe has your back here. So they are mindful here of what you're going through. Right, let's get you spirit message and advice for my collective that have come through here today and picked pile number 3. Remember, take what resonates and leave the rest behind. And if you've enjoyed it, I could go and do more in-depth readings. Just drop a comment below and we'll see. So the advice for you here is today. You are feeling somewhat confused by the events that are unfolding around you and the various seemingly contradictory information that are coming your way. Trust your instincts. So this is about your intuition. Trust your instincts and your intuition. And you will learn a lot about yourself and the direction you want your life to take. Now this is about possibly that you've gone into a new direction. And there is so much to accomplish. You feel like you are planning with detail and being watched. But you're being watched by your angels. That's coming through very strongly. I'd like to get one of these and see what other advice do we have for my beautiful collective that have stopped by here today. What do you need to focus on? Release and let go of any misunderstandings. It's time to forgive and forget. It's not easy. And whatever the secrets that were hidden, they are being illuminated at this time. And you will use your intuition. This is exactly this card here. This is just confirmation. Now, if you are in a twin flame journey, you can do telepathy, in which you communicate with the divine masculine and divine feminine on a higher level with your intuition. But there is something about you knowing deep down inside. There is some little bit of confusion here, but you know deep down inside which direction you should be going. Do not be held back. Just because you are if you are in a twin flame journey does not mean that you cannot move forward. And whatever these misunderstandings are, you're not a victim here. You don't want to be a victim here. You haven't lost your path. But the person on your mind is possibly avoiding something, or you're pushing the other person away. It's time to release and let that go and forgive yourself. Remember, take what resonates, leave the rest behind. If you have enjoyed this reading, thank you so much for joining me here today. Don't forget to hit a like and a comment below. Okay, take care now.